Hello and welcome. Welcome to another episode of Lunch with Lisa. I'm Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self Healing, now in its 10th anniversary edition. It's a book that I wrote after I healed myself from cancer without any medical intervention whatsoever, simply by shifting my consciousness, using the power of my own consciousness, my own energy to change my cellular structure. And I want to talk about energy today because we're not taught to see or notice or be aware of energy and our ability to harness energy and use energy on our own behalf. So, we each do have this ability to harness energy and use it on our own behalf. So, energy, it is the unseen substance from which everything is made, everything is created. We've probably all heard the phrase, everything is energy, but we've never been told what that actually means. Why is that significant? Why is it important to understand that everything is energy? Well, because we each have energy running through our physical bodies all day, every day. And the energy that's running is electromagnetic. Now, I know this sounds all sciency and, pretty, don't worry about it. I'm going to make this really, really simple to understand. Thoughts are electrical in nature, right? Any scientist will show you there's electrical currents running through the brain every time we have a thought. Our feelings about those thoughts, the way the body feels, the emotion, is magnetic. So the way we have a thought and the way we feel about that thought combine into patterns. And then these patterns run through our physical body, and the body vibrates out, and that vibration then attracts situations and circumstances that match the vibration. So we are literally forming our realities all day, every day. We are creating our own reality. But we've never really been able to understand this because we have been taught that it is what it is and we just have to make the best of what it is. And a lot of times we've been taught things that are not actually true. So when we believe something that is not true, but we put a lot of focus and attention and energy into the thing that we believe is not true, the thing that we believe is not true becomes energized with our focus and attention. And then it pops up as our reality. And we go, oh my God, there it is, the thing that I don't want. That's true. It's stuff that we're generating, we are creating in every moment of every day. So, how does this have to do with our health? Well, when we are focused on fear or doubt or guilt or shame, these are all distortions. And what do I mean by a distortion? Well, source itself, God, source, universe, the divine design, divine intelligence, whatever words you want to put on that. Just it's peace and ease and health and joy and pleasure and creativity and excitement and enthusiasm, like all the beautiful things. Life itself in its pure form is incredibly beautiful and enjoyable. But when we have distortions, fear, doubt, guilt, shame, blame, everything starts to not be so beautiful, not be so peaceful or easy. Okay, these energies flow in the opposite direction of source. Source is unconditional love. Source is wealth, abundance, joy, beauty, heaven on earth. And source flows in a, we'll just use in a positive direction, right? When we're going with the flow, everything is great. Like, remember a time when you fell in love and like all the world was phenomenal and you're floating down the street, with wings on your heels because just all of life is so beautiful, right? Going with the flow. When you're going with the flow, synchronicities just happen. Life becomes quite easy and it's fun and it's fluid and right. But when we're going against the flow, trying to swim upstream, we struggle. It's difficult. Things don't fall in place easily. Things start falling apart. It's like, oh my gosh, this isn't what I was trying to go for. So when we have beliefs, in this case, talking about health, when we have beliefs about our bodies that are not true, when we do not love and trust our bodies, when we believe that there's something wrong with our bodies, or that our bodies are susceptible to invasion or disease and degradation, these are actually untruths. This is not what's happening. However, those untruths, they've got fear attached to them. Oh my gosh, I hope that never happens to me. I don't want to get that disease. I don't want to get sick. There's some fear attached to that. There's some resistance attached to those thought patterns. That resistance is energy. Resistance is an electrical term. It's about the resistance of the flow of energy. If you look up like electrical terms, that's one of the terms, right? All kinds of things. Resistance. We do not want to be resisting the natural flow of energy. And the natural flow of energy is in the direction of life and growth and thriving. But when we are flowing in the opposite direction, we do not grow, we do not thrive, and we're heading in the direction of death, right? So, energy, what does this have to do with anything? Electromagnetic energy. When we can start to see how we take ideas that come from source, well no, let the universe of infinite possibilities, that is source. Everything that you can possibly imagine comes from source, from the non-physical realms. The universe of infinite possibilities is non-physical. We are here in physical form. If we wish to experience something from the realm of infinite possibilities, first we have to imagine the possibility that we would like to experience. So we have to become aware of the experience that we would like to have, whether that's just health or happiness or a vacation or, whatever it is, infinite possibilities. We think of a possibility and then we would like that to manifest. Well, there are a couple of steps in manifesting this. The infinite possibilities are in the non-physical realm. Non-physical has no substance whatsoever, pure consciousness, pure potential, divine source intelligence. In order to bring something that is completely non-physical into the physical realm, there has to be an intermediary step. And that intermediary step is in the realm of energy, plasma. Energy has a substance to it. Even though we can't see it, there is a substance. Ether, the etheric realms. The etheric realm is in between the physical realm and the non-physical realm. And this realm of energy is electromagnetic. The Earth's atmosphere is electromagnetic. And in the Earth's atmosphere, there are current, just the atmosphere, we can think of plasma energy like water. It's non-physical, but it flows like water. And there are currents and streams in the non-physical realms, in the etheric realm, in the realm of energy. Stream of consciousness, thought streams. These flows of energy turn into patterns that then flow through us and out into our physical experience. So if we're not looking at energy, noticing how our thoughts and our emotions are combining to form these patterns that then play out as our lives, we're missing out on our opportunity for conscious creation. Once we can see how the energy works, we can start to consciously utilize the energy. We can consciously start to direct the flow of energy in our lives. We all have an energy body, an aura or a light body. The light body houses our chakras. It houses the meridians. The chakras are the energy centers, right? The 7 chakras that we know about in the physical body, we're just going to leave it at that. These energy centers are vortexes of energy. And when the meridians are lines of energy flow. If you go to the acupuncturist, they are using the meridian lines in your body. They're helping you to open the flow of energy through your meridians. These are all energy. They're not physical, but they're real. You can tap into them, just like the acupuncturist can find all of the energy centers on your meridians and help you get that energy flowing again. Like, it's real stuff. But it's just not in physical form that we can see. It's in between forms. It's energy. So when we start to become aware of how energy works, we can start to consciously uncouple the patterns that are not working for us in our lives. We can start to neutralize those patterns in the energy field around us. And we can start to clear out our own energy field, when we take responsibility for our own energy field and we clear and balance our own energy field, we can start to clear out any of the distortions. We can get all of our energy flowing in the direction of life and health and thriving and creativity and excitement and enthusiasm. Whereas when parts of our energy are not flowing or are flowing in the opposite direction, which can also happen, we start flowing toward death, toward suffering, toward struggle, toward I don't like this. And when we're struggling in our lives, we're trying to fix the situations. If we fix the energy, the situation will fix itself. It's very difficult to change the situations in our lives, but it's easy to change the energy. And when we change the energy, the situation automatically shifts. So all the power is ours, and it's in the realm of energy. Energy is power, right? Look at the world. We have an energy crisis. People are living without power. Right? It's playing out physically about, we have to generate power from solar, from coal, from whatever we're generating power from. Well, if we learn to generate power from, we each have the ability to generate our own power. It's not that we can generate our own turning on all the light bulbs. Maybe we can. But it's turning on the light bulb. When the light bulb turns on, everything starts to flow. So when I found myself facing cancer, I had a whole lot of energy that was flowing in the direction of death and destruction. I was in shame, blame, fear, doubt, guilt, worries, constant stress, constant resistance. It's like living with our finger in the socket going, I don't know what's wrong with me. Why am I feeling so charged? We have to take our finger out of the socket. We have to start seeing energy. When we start thinking in terms of energy, we can start to notice when we're in resistance mode, when we're feeling stressed, when we're feeling depressed, when we're feeling anxious. These are energy things. They're not physical things. This is why pills don't fix anxiety, because it's not a biological problem, it's an energy problem. And as a matter of fact, there are no biological problems. When we've got our finger in the socket, we can have our finger in the socket of, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to die, or in the socket of, oh my God, I'm just not good enough, or oh my God, they're invading my territory. Why don't they respect my boundaries? Like, there are many, many different sockets that we can plug into. We can put our finger in many different sockets, so to speak. And when we have our finger in the socket of, like, I wish they would go away, or whatever the socket is, the body has a specific response, a specific way that it starts to insulate itself from the backward flow of energy. What the body is doing is literally protecting itself from the charge of that socket that we have our finger in. If we don't see the energy, if we don't understand how this works, we can't take our finger out of the socket because we don't know that it's in the socket. So when I found myself facing cancer, I looked at what the medical model offered as a solution, and to me, those did not sound like actual solutions. Because basically, what they say is, we're going to lead you to remission. Well, remission just simply means, it means a payment. Literally, you remit a bill for payment. It means payment for a sin. It also means just taking a break. And I had no interest in taking a break from cancer. I wanted it gone from my reality forever. I never wanted to find myself in that situation ever again. That was my goal. So I decided to, instead of going the pre-paved medical route, I chose to go a different route. And when I went the different route, I started to look inside for the answers. I started to tune back into source guidance. I started to ask questions of, hey, what do I need to know about this in order for it to change? And when the answer came, it was completely obvious to me. It was very clear that I was not being attacked by some killer disease. It was completely clear that my body was doing exactly what it needed to do to help me through my period of having my finger in a whole bunch of different sockets. And when I started to learn how to clear my energy field and ground all of that resistance that was flowing through my body was then able to heal. No pills required. No fancy medical procedures. No waiting in doctor's offices. No insurance. No copay. None of that. Just automatic, natural, organic healing. But I had to learn to take my finger out of the socket. I had to learn how to let go of the charge, the resistance, that stress that I was allowing to flow through my body. When we start to understand that everything happens in the light body before it comes into the physical body, and that the light body is energy, and we start to pay attention to the energy that's running through our physical body, we can feel that energy. When it's excitement and enthusiasm and joy and peace and ease and flow, it feels good. That means that we're flowing in the right direction. We're flowing in the same direction as source, as life itself. But when we're not feeling that, when we're feeling depressed and stressed and anxious, it means the energy is flowing backwards. It's flowing in the wrong direction. And we have to neutralize the flow in the wrong direction. And it's in the ability to take our finger out of the socket. Healing is not what we think it is. It's not what we assume it to be. When we learn to look in a completely different direction, we will see something completely different. And when we learn to master the flow of energy, which really is not very difficult, we start to master the flow of our lives. We start to master the flow of our health, and we start to realize that everything is energy. We don't need shots for that. We don't need to protect ourselves from anything. We can simply start to utilize the energy that is provided from Source itself, and we can form it into any shape we desire. We can bring it to life in any way we choose. The possibilities are endless. Are you willing to learn how to utilize energy? This is what's possible. But we have to shift our mindset. We have to shift our thinking. We have to be able to let go of what we've been taught is the right thing to do. And we have to start looking at what we've never been taught, what we've never been allowed to see. We have to start seeing the unseen. And we have to start sourcing our own power, see the power that we have when we can access the realm of energy. There's infinite energy available, and it is flowing in currents. And the currents are flowing in one of two ways, right? This is the realm of duality and polarity, two, okay? It's either energy is either flowing in the direction of life itself, or it's flowing in the direction of death. And how we feel lets us know which direction we're flowing in. And when we're flowing in the wrong direction, it's actually simple to start shifting the flow. I will be teaching some more classes about this year. So if you'd like to learn more, please follow me on here on YouTube or listening to me on the podcast. If this is helpful and you like it, please make sure you like it on my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. It helps more people to see it. Please share it if it was helpful to you. And please go to my website, connectingyou2you.com, and you can learn more about what it is that I've got coming up, what I'm doing, what it is that I do, who I am. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing, which helps you to see from a different perspective. I didn't write a lot about energy. I wrote some about energy in here, but I'm going to be talking a whole lot more about it this year of 2024, because if we start to see energy, we can start to change the entire world, starting with our own worlds. Hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Lunch with Lisa. I'm Lisa Warner. I'm the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing, and you can find me at connectingyou2you.com. Thanks so much. Till next week, create for yourselves a great week. Get in the flow because you can. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye for now.